Ladies and gentlemen, here in the top right-hand corner of the map, from NsHoSeo, we have our red Protoss player, Brave. His opponent down here in the bottom left-hand corner, Fnatic raid calls Jay, who we've actually, I mean, both times I've cast him, if I'm not mistaken here, he's had some pretty sick games. Tim, this is ridiculous. I almost called you Kevin, man. I'm not used to this at all.
I know. For those that are probably asking on stream, Kevin is currently about to get on an airport, or go to the airport, get on an airplane, and go to Mexico, actually. He's going to do a bit of a cruise, I believe, but
hopefully I can, gone for a week. Hopefully I can do something appropriate with his obsing. Kevin's obsing's pretty good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. And when I was with him the other day, I was like, man, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
But anywho, back into our players. Of course, Jay's down here in the bottom left corner as your blue Zerg player. We'll see what Jay's got in store for Brave. Brave, of course, saw him play last week. I watched a couple of his matches. For the most part, if he can exploit getting a Nexus first, he'll definitely do so. He seems to enjoy going that route. He's going to go ahead and scout right away, get an idea of what exactly Jay is going for. And Jay, at the moment, of course, is moving up in the drone count. We'll see if he's going to go for a pool first, because with that probe coming straight in, you usually just go straight into the pool. It's really, really hard to try and sneak past that probe and get a hatchery down. Yeah, we did. There was a player at IPL 5. It's eluding my memory right now who it was, but always opening with a 15 hatch. It was really impressive stuff. Some people get lucky. Some people just have it in their blood, man.
You're just like crazy moving. You can never be cannon rushed.
Yeah, you can never be stopped.
It's just not possible.
So, yep, looks like it's going to be a 15 pool, followed up into, of course, a hatchery at any point that he can get one down there. It's always nice around like the 16 drone mark to go ahead and send a drone down there and start harassing that probe. There's a good chance that maybe potentially you could even get that hatchery down if they push it away a little bit too far there. And there we go. There's that drone I was talking about. Just start harassing that probe. And, of course, it's going to do some dancing back and forth here. But Jay will get down that hatchery eventually.
Exactly. You know, he makes the Overlord, so he's going to have no problems making the Queen and not being supply blocked in the near future. And now this probe's going to run out of here, and he'll be able to drop the hatch. And this is what you're going back to what you're saying before, where you want to send it down before you actually are even able to build the hatchery. You send it down a lot early. If you guys are like getting irritated by probes being down up in your business, just send
my business. what you doing down here? Well, actually, I believe here Brave went Nexus first here and followed up into a Forge. So like I said, he likes to go for his Nexus 4 strategy here, and then he's going to go ahead and finish off this wall up. But for the most part, we're in standard PvZ. A little bit of harassment back and forth here, a little bit of scouting, but both players just feeling each other out. I don't really think either player is strong enough to straight up just do a build that they want to do. They want to kind of just test back and forth here. And it looks like some Lings now going to be going around the map here, going to check out that third. And always make sure you have that Overlord of that third, man. I saw a couple games earlier where I saw a few Zerg just die because of a cannon rush, and it's kind of outdated strategy, but still people are dying to it.
Yeah, you start building the hatchery there, let them build their 2 cannons in a pylon, and then you also start building a hatchery over here, Tim. Then you just cancel it, walk away.
Bam.
But then they cancel their cannons, and then you lose, actually. I thought I was being so smart the other day on ladder. I was like, I see your cannons because of my Overlord. I'm going to fake a hatchery so that you finish them, and then I canceled the hatch. I don't know, it just didn't work.
Sometimes the mind games don't quite work like Day 9 says they do.
Well, I'm not so good with mind games, man.
This probe actually going to die.
Player. Yeah, it is.
Nice. That's always fun to kill off. So let's go and look into the main real quick. Let's get an idea for the gases here for Brave. After we catch an eye on this Ling here, seeing that probe go by. Nice little movement there, actually, from Jay. Getting an idea where that probe is going for. No third or fourth gas quite yet. You should be seeing those in about 45 seconds to a minute. Looking into Jay here, finally finishing up his queens, and he has that third down as well. So the game is moving its way forward. Eventually, we're getting to a point where we're going to be... I don't know if... I've been seeing a lot of players actually going for a quicker layer and slowing down their speed. I'm wondering if that's going to happen here from Jay.
Yeah, it definitely has been the case. Is where, I mean, especially on a map like Cloud Kingdom, there's not a lot of large areas to engage with speedlings. It's not a particularly tight map as well, but playing on a defensive point, your third's so easy to defend. So I'm actually a little bit of a fan of maybe going for a Hydra Den on this map.
Yeah.
Just playing some defensive Roachling Hydra strategy. I guess with that you could get speed, but it's a little bit later. Of course, a lot of players worried about the Immortal Sentry all in, which in this case, if we see double gas here in a second out of Brave, will definitely be a possibility. If we don't, his Robo, his +1, and his chronoing of probes could definitely indicate that he's going for a fast third base. We'll keep an eye for a Twilight Council or something of that nature if I mean, he still doesn't drop these double gases. If it doesn't happen here in a moment or two,
yeah, I think it's going to be a fast third as well, now that you're saying that. And there's a Ling that actually already there, parked outside of it for Jay here, so nice job. He'll be able to see that third does go down, and he can follow from that point. There's a nice couple of speed Ling timings that you can do to try and exploit that third and kill it off really quickly, or at least force a couple of cancels. So keep an eye on him. He's finally grabbed 2 gases, looks like. He has 1 in the main and 1 in the natural here, moving up into a Roach Warren as well. And no lair has been queued up quite yet, but we should be seeing one very soon. 7-minute mark is where you're normally going to see a lair. It's pretty standard nowadays, and he has the gas for it as well.
Yep, he just reached that 100 tier mark, and I do expect that lair to be any second here. We're seeing, I mean, this got really popular with the Stefano style. We saw more and more players going for the fast lair. You get the fast glial reconstitution, and you're +1. So it actually looks like at this point, Jay's build is very similar actually to that.
Yeah, it's, I mean, really standard.
Yeah, like this is, well, I'm saying this even looks a little bit back towards a blast from the past right now. This is almost your opening for your 12-minute max Roach, except now he started up speed, which typically that gas would be going here to +1 in just a moment, and well, he may actually have enough for that.
Oh, something to note as well, we do have a Warp Prism on the way. Actually, it has finished up. I do believe it will be beelining on the bottom right side of the map here at the 9 o'clock mark, and there it is actually. It's got 2 sentries in it. So looking to do a little bit of aggression here, drop it in the main, do a couple force fields, warp in a couple of zealots. Oh, with the Overlord, will catch a Warp Prism there, and that's always a nice little win there from Jay, because essentially this whole entire push is going to be slowed down, and now the third is all he has to defend.
Yeah, and the thing here, you know, there's also too many units to be able to load them up into the Warp Prism entirely, but Brave...
Oh, he's supply blocked.
It looks like wants to... Oh, yeah, he is. That's definitely not good for Jay. He's got 5 about to pop out here in just a second, and he's got some Roaches on the field if we take a look at that unit counting station. 5 Roaches, 10 Lings, and that should be enough to hold this off at least for a moment.
Well, let's go and pull up that productive tab once again. We're going to have another warp in really quick here from Brave. He's going straight for the Roaches. Nice little force field there, actually. It makes it a little bit hard to retreat. And that gets his Zealots on the Roaches there, and that's really nice here. Queen's suddenly in trouble. That Queen goes down. We're going to be feeling pretty good. 24 Lings are on the way, but there is a lot of Zealots here, actually. And there will be another warp in available very soon. He's not pulling his drones. Pull your drones. There we go. And do we have any force fields? Yes. Oh, my gosh. Sick play here from Brave, landing all the drones.
Tim, you're completely right about that supply block. It is definitely paying off in dividends right now for Brave, who is facing only Zerglings with a heavy unit of Zealot composition here. Finally, the Roaches are starting to hit the field. He'll be cleaning up the last of these units, but overall, Jay, taking far too much damage from that attack, is now equal on workers with his opponent.
I approve, man. That is a Tim-approved play there. Look into that Warp Prism, actually. What did he pick up? I think he picked up his initial sentries. Yeah, so he picked up his 2 sentries that he came down with. So nice retainment there that keeps in the army for the mid-game. He essentially traded Zealots for a ton of Roaches. I think he lost 1 Stalker as well. And pull up that worker skill count. How many drones did he have killed again?
I mean, there's at least 15, yeah.
18 workers killed. That's substantial. That's going to slow down a lot of Roach timing pushes. So from here, he'll be able to set up and get into a natural and getting a quicker third. I really like that play from Brave. Even with the Overlord Scout, because of supply block, Jay just essentially was really hurting at that point.
He's so incredibly far ahead now. Brave, I mean, he's got a huge quantity of sentries. He actually has 4 Immortals right now.
He wants to get aggressive.
There's no reason not to. I kind of expected him to take a third, but realizing how far ahead he is in army, yep, here are the Warp Gates coming in right now. There's going to be 7 of them. This is going to be a very frightening attack. Jay looks like he's going to go for a counter.
Oh, unfortunately, Jay's unaware of this push. He could have caught this in the middle of the map and slowed it down a little bit and actually made it for him. Yeah, he just saw it, but it's too late. This push is coming straight to the middle of thirds. There's tons of force fields available here. I need some sentries warped in here, please, here from Brave.
And he's got it.
There we go. He's going to warp it in. No, a little bit too late here. So now we have Lings and Roaches in the natural, and that changes the game a lot. He's going to go ahead and warp everything up in the main and just sit here and defend and try and just kill off his opponent. You know, I like to play from Brave.
Yeah, he should. I mean, how many times I've been in this scenario, actually almost lost in an MLG because of this. Kind of, you go for the base race and then you're like, oh wait, you have sentries and there's going to be cannons at the top of this ramp. This is going to be almost impossible for Jay to manage to take this game, as Brave is going to have no problems tearing through everything.
Nice,
and we can see he's going to have to pull the drones out. And this would have been actually very diligent of Brave if he had sent a sentry over here and force fielded this, but ultimately all those drones were going to get away, and this is going to force Brave to actually have to fight with Jay's army.
Yeah, Lair's going down for sure. The drones there will surely die, and these sentries constantly warping in. He's also got a Cybernetics core that just finished up, so he can whip in more sentries as well and Stalkers. I like that he whipped in 5 sentries. He had enough gas to actually do that, because again, the Cybernetics core went down, so if he had not gotten those, he would have eventually potentially not had any force fields and could have taken more damage. But warping in pure sentries, great play there from Brave. And now this third is the only point that can be defended here for Jay.
Yeah, but he does have a lot of spine crawlers coming in. I don't know that it's quite enough, but it's definitely going to make things interesting here as Brave has a substantial amount of his supply right now tied up in these sentries at home, which are not going to be able to rejoin him with his army. Also, Jay is going to be mining off this base in a moment as, actually, where did his drones go? Okay, there are 22 of them. They're out in the middle, I guess. Looking for them. Oh, there they are. Just arriving now at the expansion. Jay has a full base here, whereas Brave, not even close to it. So Brave is forced to engage. He has to fight.
Well, I don't think he has to go straight into the spine crawler. He's going to go ahead and do it here, though. Straight ahead moving forward. I think he could actually deny mining if he put a couple of stalkers on the high ground. But nonetheless, he's still going to go ahead and engage here. Force fields do land behind. He's going to go ahead and section those roaches off. The roaches actually have a really good flank here. And suddenly Brave's in a really hard place. He can't move forward. The spine crawlers are constantly poking him. He needs to pull back. There we go. Pull back to that natural and get to a point where he can fight. And then I would just go to the high ground, deny mining, and then go and expand at my natural.
Yeah, a couple of stalkers
let's
up
see
there.
If he goes that way. Yes, he does. Good job, Brave.
Exactly what you're saying, Tim. That's a really intelligent observation. And, you know, Jay's doing a good job continuing to spread his creep across the map, make a nice highway, which is going to be really useful at simultaneously denying this expansion. But as you said, he's going to be so vulnerable at this third base. It looks like he's going to try to bring his overlords over a little bit, perhaps, and use spine crawlers to defend it. We'll find out. As of now, he doesn't have any options.
So we're getting a little bit cutesy here, a little bit of micro going on to try and kill off these roaches with immortal drops. That's always fun and, you know, kind of exciting to watch. But it might just be a little bit too much multitasking here for Brave because he needs to get a natural down at home, but still going to be denying the mining. That's always nice as well. And these immortals, of course, do extra damage to buildings, so that's helping out also.
Well, it's making it so tough for Jay to mine right now, though. And back at home, Brave is mining. So Brave in the short run is looking very good right now, but these mineral patches are getting dangerously low.
Well, just in supply is always ahead, 94 to 62. I mean, we always know that's bad for Zerg. But did he actually leave all of his sentries at home? Is it still outside the ramp? So I get an idea really quick. Okay, so he still has that blocked off. I'd like for some way for that to segue and get together. He's going to go ahead and keep chrono boosting on Immortal, too.
I mean, here's the thing. Jay is forced to be at home right now with these roaches. He can't really go on the offensive, so Brave could definitely come down the ramp right now and just drop a Nexus and start expanding out of this. He has more than enough sentries to hold down this ramp for an extended period of time. And if we see those roaches push across the map, ooh, still getting damage in with these roaches. If Jay did push across the map with these roaches, and it looks like he's going to start doing that now, then Brave could just come down the ramp and kill him. Yeah,
very true. Kill the hatchery, kill the spawning pool from there, and then he can go ahead and meet up with the army
and then
there.
Just fall back.
Yeah, just pull back into his main. I think Brave has this game completely. Just Jay slowing it down, trying to find some way to win. But this is a really hard situation to be in. One base Zerg against one base Protoss with a army that's this big from Brave. It's just done. He's gonna go ahead and engage once again, but roaches are getting slammed against the minerals here as force fields keep landing. Brave doing a really good job of control. Yeah, this Warp Prism micro is just paying off dividends. I actually want to take a look at the kills on these Immortals. I don't think it's going to be outrageously high. They are dealing with roaches, of course. Well, they keep dropping here, and that hatchery is actually getting pretty low.
Pretty substantial. They both have over 20 kills at this point.
Wow. So again, just force field micro, and he's just dancing back and forth. He's trying to long distance mine, as you can see from the drone. So that's helping a tad bit. But what's going to get him? More lings. I mean, doesn't have a roach warren down. Maybe a couple more spine cards. But just that hatchery is done for sure. I would just go ahead and focus it down. Bam. Brave has this game won, man. Yep. That's
There's now nowhere to mine. There's actually exactly 300 minerals, so he will be able to drop this hatchery.
Let's see. He's going to go ahead and keep dancing back and forth. And Jay, he's going to go ahead and just lose all of his spine crawlers here before he decides to go ahead and GG out.
You know, he doesn't want to lose this for his team, man. This is the IPTL. You know, if this is solely at this point, you're like, all right, this is, you know, I pay the dues for not playing as clean as I may have been able to. But there it is. GG. Going down for Jay. That's tough. All right, guys. So, nice start here for NsHoSeo. A pretty solid set there out of him. Yeah. And again, it all comes down to that one supply block, that Overlord dying off, and the timing for the 5 Overlords that were about to pop out, because he was about to churn out a lot of roaches and get aggressive on that third. Like, he was gearing up for a large attack, but just enough time for Brave to kill that Overlord and get down to that third. It threw Jay off. I think what he could have done is pull those drones a little bit faster, sacrifice the hatchery. Well, he didn't even try to pull them.
Yeah, he didn't even try to pull them. If he would have pulled them a little bit more quicker, because he did it at the last second, but bam, force field, all drones die. He pulls his drones a little bit earlier, lets that hatchery die off, has the influx of roaches pop out. He can hold off that push just a tad bit better. Even then, it would still been a little bit harder because there was a follow-up to, of course, the Immortal Sentry push from Brave. But overall, great play from Brave. Yeah, it really looked like you just underestimated it a little bit from Jay. All right, guys, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, but you are watching Fnatic face off right now against NsHoSeo. NsHoSeo taking the lead 1-0.